So first I'm going to take a look at correcting the Math Writer's Workshop here. The first thing I want to point out is it's really important in this particular assignment. This is where we're working on our math writing. And our math writing is almost as important as our math reading. So here, one really important thing I want you to pay attention to is the prompt. So it says Lauren is working on the following problem, which says 5 squared times 2 squared minus 8. And she finds the expression to be equal to 32. These dots right here, these give us the steps of what we need to do to make sure we're correct. So the first thing is to determine if Laura is correct or not, showing your work. And then if she is correct, we're going to explain why. If she's not correct, we're going to explain why and show the mistake she made. So that's pretty important right there. We can't just say, if she's wrong, we can't just say, hey, she's wrong, and here's why. We have to say, hey, here's why she's wrong, and also look at this. We have to say that kind of stuff, all right? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to start my problem. I'm going to do 5 squared times 2 squared subtracted by 8. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out if she's correct. I'm going to figure out if I also get 32. Well, first thing is first. I need to do the most powerful operation unless I see parentheses, and I see parentheses. So inside the parentheses, I need to do the exponents first. So first I need to think 5 squared. Well, that's not 10. Remember, 5 squared, maybe I'll do a little thinking bubble off to the side. That means 5 times 5. So that means it's 25 times 2 to the second power. This is just a coincidence, but that means 2 times 2. So this is just a weird one where it happens to be times 4. So drop everything else down right beside it, and now I keep going. So again, do I see exponents? No. Do I see parentheses? Yes. So I got to do 25 times 4. So that's 100. But then I need to take away 8. So that means the actual correct answer here would be 92. So obviously, well, I mean, assuming we're correct, Lauren is not correct. So first steps first. Determine if Lauren is correct or not, showing your work. Well, so far I've done that, and it looks like she is not correct. So am I going to explain why she's correct? No, because she's not correct. So cross that one off. We don't need to do that one. She's not correct. But now, if Lauren is not correct, explain why and show the mistake that she made. Well, let's see if we can do this. Let's think about the mistakes she could have made here. Well, she could have, maybe she subtracted first. So she actually did 5 times 2. I guess maybe she multiplied first. Maybe she did 5 times 2 to get 10. And then 10 squared. No, that doesn't seem right. Maybe she made a mistake with her exponents. We know people can make mistakes with their exponents all the time. So let's check and see if that happened. So if I do this exponent wrong, I might get 10 for an answer. Now luckily with 2 squared, even if you do it the normally wrong way, you're still going to get it right. So 5 squared though, remember this is a mistake. So I'm just going to put that. Here's the mistake. Mistake! 5 squared is totally not 10. It's normally 25, but we're trying to show how Lauren got it wrong. So let's see. 10 times 4 would be 40 if we're Lauren making mistakes. And then 40 minus 8 is 32. So here's Lauren's work. So I might even label it. Here is Lauren. And then here is the correct work. So I've labeled my work. So what have I done so far? If Lauren is not correct, explain why and show the mistake she made. So far, we've shown that mistake right here. We've shown the mistake. Now it's time to write a full response here. So sometimes I can actually start with an assertion. So think about what I might want to assert. Do I want to assert that she's correct, or do I want to assert that she's incorrect? I want to assert that she's incorrect. So I'm going to say, Lauren is incorrect. And then let's start thinking of some facts we can state. Well, what was it that made her incorrect? It was this step right here. It had nothing to do with her order of operations. So I don't want to say she didn't do the most powerful operation first. That's not the mistake she made. The mistake she made was thinking of what exponents mean. So I might say something like that. Exponents mean, or are the same as repeated multiplication. For example, what could I say? In my work, I might say 5 squared, right? What does 5 squared equal to? For example, 5 squared is 25. But what can we say about what Lauren thought? But Lauren thought 5 squared equaled 10, which is what? That's incorrect. Which is incorrect. So far, what do I have? I have an assertion. Lauren is incorrect. There's my assertion. But then I said exponents are the same as multiplication. That would be a fact. So we've got that much. And then we have a fact and we talk about our model right here. Fact and talk about our model. So we've satisfied all the parts of the MathWriter CFS. We've even got some good vocab words in here. I've got exponents. I've got multiplication. And I've even included some examples in my work. So overall, this doctors up our explanation and makes it look pretty fancy. So here's what I'd like you to do. Now that we've finished making this correction, go back to your roadmap for today. Find where it says Writer's Workshop Reflection. I want you to think about what are 2 things you can improve? 2 things you can improve. And then also think about what are 2 things you did well. And those should be written in complete sentences. So before you move on to your next correction, whatever it is, or your next activity, make sure I see 2 complete sentences about things you can improve and things you did well.